David Bennett.
Thank you, Mr Speaker. As the last speaker in regard to the mixed ownership model bill, it gives me great pleasure to be in this House today. This is a debate that has changed over the course of the last hour or so in this House. We have seen the debate develop into one of economic management and economic discipline. We have seen a debate around a plan for the future of how we deal with the situation New Zealand and this country and the rest of the world faces. Clearly, you have on one side of the House, you have the opposition, which has an economic model which has been unproven and ineffective. On this side of the House, you have an economic plan which is about good, strong economic management and making the right decisions, even though they may be the hard decisions to make. And when we look at this legislation, we all realise the issues involved. There is a lot of tension around the House around this issue, and there is a lot of respect for the issues and the arguments that can be made on either side of it. But we have to make the right decision now. And these are difficult times, and in difficult times we need leadership. And this leadership that you're getting here today is one from the government where we have identified an issue that has gone to the public over the last year. We have looked into that issue and made a hard decision on how we deliver the best economic management for New Zealand going forward. And that leadership has to be to follow that decision through. And that is hard, and it is difficult in any organisation and in any country. Yesterday, you saw it in the dairy industry. They had to make a hard decision, even though there was a difference of opinion. And sometimes, and in this role as governing of this country, we have to make those decisions. That's right. Energy assets will always demand public attention, and they will in the future, because we have a growing population, we have a growing world economy that will look at food and energy as major resources going forward. And the government has recognised that with the 51% strategic shareholding in these assets. And we have heard many comments in this House about the political history of the asset sales or the mixed ownership model in New Zealand. We have heard parties say that they have been through that and have learnt their lessons. I don't know if that's necessarily the case. I see those parties over there using that as a convenient byline at this time. They don't go back and buy back the BNZ and Telecom, even though they like to use those examples in this House. We need to be realistic about economic conditions in New Zealand and around the world. We as a government cannot own everything. We as a government cannot control everything, and we as a government cannot do everything. This country relies on a partnership between government, individuals, enterprise and industry. And this bill enables us to bring that partnership in one of our most crucial industries going forward.
That's right.
We often hear about the loss of dividends. Well, that's not the case. The public out there need to understand that there has been a distinction between capital and income dividends, and that you have seen the opposition using a higher figure to inflate their argument. The returns will still be taxable here, and New Zealanders understand this. We need a government that will make the right decisions to invest in our country going forward. This is what you're getting from this government. We are looking at what are the best ways to manage this economy without raising too much debt and without inflicting an economic management that would kill the growth of the country going forward. If we don't make these decisions now, New Zealanders will not have the choice around how those decisions will be made in the future. And we need to make those decisions now. And this bill makes that decision, but it also gives the flexibility of the government and how that float process is undertaken. And when we look at that float process, the government has made it clear that it wants New Zealanders to be at the front of that queue. And we look forward to that progress of that as we go through the rest of this year. This is an important bill. It's not about the rhetoric on both sides. It's about doing the right thing for New Zealand in these difficult times. We are doing that. This is leadership. It is tough, but sometimes tough decisions are needed to be made in the best interests of your country.
Order. 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 I've called order. Members, the bill that was reported back to the House was divided into two bills in the committee stage, so there are two questions. And the question is that the State-Owned Enterprise Amendment Bill be agreed to. Those of that opinion will say aye. Aye. Contrary, no. It's a party vote. Clerk will conduct a party vote.
New Zealand National,
59 votes in favour.
New Zealand Labour,
34 votes opposed.
Green Party,
14 votes opposed.
New Zealand First,
8 votes opposed.
Māori Party,
3 votes opposed.
Mana,
1 vote opposed.
ACT New Zealand,
1 vote in favour.
By the way.
United Future,
1 vote in favour.
Order. The ayes are 61, the noes are 60. The bill will be read a third time.
State-Owned Enterprises Amendment Bill, third reading.
The question is that the Public Finance Mixed Ownership Model Amendment Bill be agreed to. Those of that opinion will say aye. Aye. Contrary, no. It's a party vote. The clerk will conduct a party vote.
New Zealand National,
59 votes in favour.
New Zealand Labour,
34 votes opposed.
Green Party,
14 votes opposed.
New Zealand First,
8 votes opposed.
Māori Party,
3 votes opposed.
Mana,
1 vote opposed.
ACT New Zealand,
1 vote in favour.
United Future,
1 vote in favour.
The ayes are 61, the noes are 60. The motion is agreed to.
Public Finance Mixed Ownership Model Amendment Bill, third reading.
A point of order, Andrew Williams.
Point of order, Mr Speaker. I'd like to draw your attention to Standing Order 141, personal vote following a party vote, where it says a personal vote may be held following a party vote if a member requests one and the Speaker considers that the decision on the party vote is so close that a personal vote may make a material difference to the result. Mr Speaker, I think this is so close, and this is a very, very significant bill before this House, and as a personal vote, I would request that this be taken, and I would seek the Speaker's ruling on this, that this become a personal vote on this matter.
Well, the answer is that this is a vote which has been carried by one, which has quite frequently been the case, and at no previous case in my experience in the House has a single vote where there has been clearly cast votes caused any reason for a personal vote to be taken, and so the point of order is overruled. Well, we're not going to address the same point of order, Mr Williams.
No, point of order, Mr Speaker.
Point of order.
We cannot be 100% sure that all votes...
Order. The member will resume his seat. I've ruled on this matter. There is no reason for a personal vote. Call on Government Order of the Day number 3. Look, I have ruled on this matter.
Yeah. Well, I would like to seek that the Speaker be...
Well, I am the Speaker for the purpose of this Parliament. If the member raises one more point of order, he will leave the chamber. So we now call on Government Order of the Day number 3.
Prisoners and Victims Claims